Your Excellencies, Minister Al-Said, Minister Hegazi, and Vice Minister Megahead, dear partners, the EU, Tobias, and the USAID, Margaret, dear President of EduTech, Mr. Shamseddin, thank you for having me here. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I feel at home in this conference because my mother was a teacher for young children and my father was an engineer. So all my childhood, I lived exactly, in the subject that we are discussing today. We welcome, of course, at EBRD the initiative taken by the Minister of Education and Technical Education on the so-called Technical Education 2.0 strategy. There is nothing more important than the development of human capital in Egypt, and Tibet is absolutely key in a country where 1.6 million youth enter the job market every year, I understand, and less than half can find a formal job. Now, matching the skills supply and the skills demand is a humongous task which many countries face, of course, not only Egypt, but it is particularly critical here. It is particularly critical at the moment when Egypt needs to find a path to grow at, let's say, 6% a year. It is the objective for the next few years, as you know. And on top of it, the demand for skills has been undergoing a radical change brought about, for example, but not only, by digitalization and by the green economy. How can we at EBRD be help you? As you know, we do not invest much money in education because it is not an area that we know very well. Others are doing it better than us. Also, we invested in the Badr University. But, in fact, we have many ways to help because we invest a lot of money in Egypt, $1.3 billion last year, mainly in the private sector, but also in the public sector. And therefore, what we try to do is that we try to catch every single opportunity to include skills development in the projects that we undertake in the country. And I want to give you examples because I think it is better than a long speech. For example, with the Sawi Foundation for Social Development, we work on skills development and women participation in the tourism sector. We work also with the German Hotel School in the same direction. We work with the El Sewedi Technical Academy, and I think that Mrs. Anan El Reani is in the room today. And with them, we focus on youth in industrial engineering, and 200 students have been trained already. With Majid Al Futtaim, the big chain located in Dubai, we work in the Al Maza Mall that we have financed in order to recruit and train youngsters and also people with disabilities in that center so that nobody is left behind. With the Hassan Alam Holding, we are training with them the management of the Grand Egyptian Museum. So we are also present in that great Egyptian initiative. We go beyond that, and in particular, we try to support the efforts to create sector skills council. We did it in the past by supporting the establishment of the first council in Egypt, which is focused on the industrial engineering sector, with the Ministry of Industry and with the Ministry of Education and Technical Education. And currently, we are working with the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and the Egyptian Tourism Federation to set up a sector skills council for the tourism and hospitality sector. Something, by the way, that we have done already in Jordan, and it works very well, seemingly. So I'm sure that it will work in Egypt. To conclude on my examples, I would like to draw your attention that this afternoon a study presented, I think it is in session 3 of this excellent conference, a study that we have undertaken with a number of ministries in order to measure the impact of COVID on the Egyptian workforce, and also to see how the TVET efforts can be reprioritized in view of that, and finally, to see how cross-border partnerships can be put in place in order to increase the employability of Egyptian youth here in Egypt and also abroad. And finally, I would like to tell you that through the many partnerships we have with 15 partner banks in Egypt, and we put a lot of money in that in various forms, we work also, of course, on employment and skills through the majority of our operations in the country. That's all I wanted to tell you, just a few examples of how we can help, and we hope very much to work with you even more deeply now and in the future. Thank you very much.